Have you ever wondered about the oldest Izimbatata to ever touch this land? Well, let me take you on a wild ride back in time. Rampechana, the OG of the African Sandals, with its design whispering the secrets from the Khoi and San. But here's the twist. The recorded history only recognizes the Botswana people who later embraced and carried on with the craftsmanship of the Rampechana. Even then, the recorded info is just shallow and barely exists. Just like Izimbatata, the name Rampechana was coined by the Tswana people, inspired by the distinct clap-clap sounds these sandals make with every step. Crafted from cow hide, what we fancy folks call genuine leather, these beauties are built from sole to strap. And oh boy, that sole, it's as tough as a mother-in-law's angry stare. When you walk, it announces your presence with an unapologetic thud. Some say the OG versions were made from buffalo and wild beast hide, adding an extra touch of prestige. Later, the Tswana people refined the process, using the forehead section of cowhide for a smoother premium feel. You know what really gets under my skin? The lack of documented history on these incredible African creations. See, digging up facts on the Rampechana is like trying to find Wi-Fi in the middle of Kalahari, a proper struggle. It's similar to the velis or hunter boots for the uninitiated, another ancient Khoi and San design. And get this, Rampechana sandals are so old they practically predate the concept of time. According to recorded research, part of the San clan believed in a god called Dragon. The story has it that one fateful night, frustrated by the dark, Dragon threw his shoe into the sky where it transformed into the moon. Now, tell me that's not the most poetic creation story you've ever heard. Here's my take. When outsiders document our history, they often file our legends as myth, as if they are bedtime stories rather than cultural truths. But let's be real. If you don't believe in the Bible, its stories might seem just as outlandish. Does that make them myths too? Food for thought. Look, I'm not trying to stir the pot here. All I'm saying is, we need to start documenting our own stories our way. Otherwise, we risk losing vital pieces of our history to mistranslations and misinterpretations. Anywho, the fact that Rampechana sandals get a shout out in the Khoi and San history means that the Southern Africa shoe game has been up there since forever. Probably longer than the biblical references to sandals. I mean, if a god supposedly used the shoe to create light, then these bad boys must have been around longer than some of the civilizations that recorded them. The Khoi and San people have always been creative masterminds, with their craftsmanship tied to their divine beliefs. So yeah, these sandals might even predate the famous Izimbatata from KZN. Since the original versions were made from leather, their history likely stretches back further than we think, long before the Bantu-speaking communities adopted them. And given that the Khoi people emerged from a cultural fusion of the San and the Bantu-speaking farmers, it makes sense that cow leather became a go-to material, replacing rare wild animal hides. Anywho, if you want me to dive deeper into the history of the Khoi and San people, their beliefs, and their influence on the Bantu traditions, drop a comment saying, decolonize our history. See you on the next day of FOOTCAST.